Claude is no longer just a response box. It can read documents and reason across messy inputs. It can draft deliverables and connect with workplace systems. The strategic mistake is treating that capability like search. When a worker asks one question at a time, Claude stays idle. When a manager assigns context and standards, Claude becomes active permissions, examples, and review loops make it repeatable. The same model turns into a digital employee inside the workday. Notably, this transforms how work gets done daily. Most knowledge workers already touch AI, yet the workday still leaks into manual tasks. McKinsey reports AI use at work has become mainstream. Glean finds workers still spend 6.4 hours a week supervising AI outputs. The limitation is not model intelligence. Importantly, the limitation is unmanaged. AI is available, but the operating model around it is still primitive. Thus, the bottleneck is not access. A chatbot waits for fragments. Summarize this, rewrite that, compare these. Every fragment forces the human to remember the goal and paste the context. Judging the format and stitching the pieces together is exhausting. That is why AI often feels useful but tiring. The human becomes the operating system. In this process, Claude becomes a faster keyboard instead of a true teammate. Every task resets back to zero, wasting efficiency. An employee receives a role and business context. Importantly, they get decision rules and examples of good work. They also receive escalation boundaries, and a definition of done. Claude becomes useful when you stop asking for answers. Next, you start assigning outcomes instead. The prompt is not the task. More specifically, the management system around the prompt is the task. Build Claude around 4 management layers: role, memory, standards, and review. Role tells Claude what judgment to apply. Memory supplies company fact, customer profiles, and internal terminology. Standards define structure, tone, and evidence. Quality review forces Claude to expose assumptions and risks before anything leaves the room. Importantly, without this layer, quality depends on luck. Context is the new onboarding for recurring tasks and projects. Claude projects let work inherit shared instructions and materials. Google Workspace connectors bring Gmail, Calendar, and Drive into conversations. MCP connects Claude code to external tools, databases, and APIs. The lesson is simple: pasting the same background again is an onboarding asset. Turn repeated context into infrastructure for efficiency and consistency. The workflow is manager first. Define the business outcome first, assign Claude a specific role next. Attach the relevant context to the task. Specify the output standard clearly. Request a draft from Claude Audit. The reasoning process carefully. Ask for revision based on a decision rule. This transforms Claude from a conversation partner into a production loop that streamlines work. Research turns into a detailed briefing. Briefing evolves into a solid plan. Plan leads to client execution. The manager remains responsible, but no longer handles every draft manually. The first wins are high context but low risk tasks: research briefs, meeting preparation, and competitive scans, customer reply drafts, proposal outlines, and strategy memos, transcript synthesis, document comparison, and weekly reporting. Anthropic's Economic Index found Claude usage concentrates in software development and writing with both augmentation and automation patterns. That is the signal: the boring middle of knowledge work is delegable, as long as humans review the edge cases. Importantly, this shows the potential for AI in routine tasks. More specifically, it highlights the shift in workload distribution. Notably, the focus remains on human oversight. Thus, the future of work involves collaboration between humans and AI. Next, we explore how this impacts productivity and efficiency. Delegation fails when review is vague. Next, the manager should ask Claude to mark confidence levels, cite evidence, separate facts from assumptions, and list missing inputs. Propose alternatives to improve clarity and accuracy. This is not bureaucracy. Importantly, it is quality control. Glean's research shows Hidden supervision can eat the time AI saves. More specifically, a strong review loop makes supervision visible. Repeatable and faster with every cycle. The advantage comes from managing better loops, not typing better prompts. Humans decide priorities, constraints, taste, and ethics. They also set risk tolerance and take final accountability. Claude handles draft labor, comparison labor, and formatting labor. The worker who learns delegation compounds output over time. Each project improves the next one through better delegation. The worker who only chats with Claude keeps competing at manual speed. Measure Claude like a junior employee, not like a magic button. Track cycle time, revision count, and evidence quality. Also monitor reusable context created and decisions accelerated. Note that human review required is an important metric. The goal is not blind automation. Importantly, the goal is predictable leverage. When the same task gets faster and clearer, it becomes more audit-friendly. Thus, Claude moves from novelty to operational asset. Workplace Edge is not about access to Claude. Access to AI is becoming normal now. The real edge is operational maturity. Reusable context and clear roles are key. Acceptance standards and review rituals matter. Tool connections also play a significant role. The uncomfortable truth is many already have AI employees. They just never properly onboarded them. The next productivity gap will separate prompt users from AI managers. Best performers will delegate earlier instead of asking more